Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to everybody. That welcome to the class. That is interpretation of statute. And now I could hear you. You could hear me, and without any difficulty. That now you can read what I posted on the screen. Anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen. Yes. Quick. Anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen.
For
World
21
Ball
years,
Day.
the World
World
Blood
Ball
Donor Day.
Donor Day.
Okay, I will read it. I will read. Don't worry. World Blood Donor Day. That is the 14th June. For 2021 year, the World Blood Donor Day's slogan will be the "Give Blood and Keep the World Beating." And the message highlights the essential contribution blood donors to make it to keeping the world pulsating by saving the lives and improving the others' health. It reinforces the global call for the more people all over the world to donate the blood regularly and contribute to better health. That is the Professor Dr. Mohammed Saheb, and today is the World Blood Donor Day. That is the 14th June. And in my last class, I was seeing about some expressway. Is it or not? Is it or not? Say yes.
Sir.
Yes. So, and what is the explanation I given is? Yeah, read this one. What is the? This is the expressway. This is the expressway. What is put it over there? Expressway means a highway especially planned for the high speed traffic, usually having a few, if any, intersection, and then, oh, here it is came as an obstacle to me. I will down. Yes, limited points of the access or exit and the divider between the lanes for the traffic moving in opposite direction. So there, how many lines are here? For the left hand side and right hand side?
3, 3.
4 and 4, 8.
It is 4.
Four.
1, 2, 3, 4. And the left hand side, the two cars are going over there. And the right hand side, you could see the distance one car. And the front, it is a two-wheeler is there. Isn't it? And very adjacent to the divider, what is the limit of the speed? Sir, is it in the course outline, sir?
40, sir.
60, sir.
Very adjacent to the divider is high speed. Next is a bit low. Next is a bit low. Very slow is
40, sir.
Sir, voice breaking, sir.
the lights. Yes. Whenever the signals are weak, at that time the voice will be break. Otherwise, the signals will be quite all right. So this is the expressway that I would like to share it. Then coming to our point, and we are discussing about the types, kinds, classification of statutes. Sir, which one is the right? Can I say types of the statutes? Can I say kinds of the statute? Can you say classification of statutes? Of course, sometimes you can say that kinds and classification both are synonyms, but the types and classifications are different. The reason is we classify according to size. We classify according to the weight. We classify according to the height. We classify according to the some quality. Like if you happen to go to the library and you will find the classification of the books, and there is a classification number also there. So a book will be named by the numbered by a classification. So there is a classification. We don't say type of the book, but when you say type of the book, then you can say that whether it is a fiction, whether it is a scientific, whether it is a classical, whether it is a romantic, and this way we can say type. And when you say kinds, there are many kinds of the furniture available over here. Means the kinds means metal, the kinds means wooden. So in that way that you can make it out. So there would be a slight differences between the types and class and classification. And now when you say, and what is the origin of the word of the statute? Anyone? Statute origin. Etymology. See, here I have shared it. And I'm sure that you could in a position to see it. And statute is a noun, and it came from the old French statute and estatute, that is rival promulgation, and the Latin terminology is when you say statuere, S-T-A-T-U-E-R-E, statuere, and enact or establish from the status, condition, position, from past part, that is the participle and the stem of ser. So the Latin term statuture, from there the statute has come, and statute is nothing but enact or establish, or in the specific way we can say it is a statute, and in the genus way what we can say it is a law. So that is the origin of the statute would be there. Then we can come down to the next point. So come to the status. Statutes are concerned. A statute means any law. I told you, or act or enactment. Because the law is the genus and statute is the specie, and the law is the genus and statutes are the specie. So this way that I made it very much clear at the time. But according to the Gray, the process with the judge, within parentheses, or indeed any person or a lawyer or layman who has an occasion to search for the meaning of the statute, constructs from the words of the statute books meaning which he either believes to be that of a legislature or which he proposed to attribute it is called interpretation. So the Subbarao J, and who has written the books like jurisprudence, J.C.V. Subbarao, and interpretation of the method by which the true sense of the meaning of the word understood, that is stated in the State of Jammu and Kashmir versus Thakur, Ganga Singh, 1960, and the second volume SCR 346. Can anyone tell me what is the SCR? Yes? If you know it, you can tell me. If you not, you can say pass on.
Sir, Supreme Court registry.
Sir,
Yes, Supreme Court?
Supreme Court Justice, sir.
SCR.
Supreme Court register, sir.
Supreme Court?
Registry.
Registered.
Registry. Who said like that?
Sir, I am Lakshmi, sir.
Yes, yes. Then now who said like that in the sense? Whether the constitution says, whether any other authority is there, and the case type will say that who said like that means that is the word. See here, the type of the cases are here. The type of the cases. See here, and the SDR is given, but SCR is not given. So now,
Sir.
type of the cases means, I mean abbreviation actually, not type of the cases. We can say better abbreviation of the journal. It is the abbreviation of the journal, not type of the cases. I beg your pardon. So when you say the type of the case, abbreviation of journal, see here I have given SCR, and here is not given the total number, and they say SCR means Supreme Court reporter. That is the full form of it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, sir, why do you say like that? No, I will prove it. Because you may ask me that, sir, SCR is Supreme Court review. So whether Supreme Court review is correct or Supreme Court, this is correct. We can say, now I can make it out very clearly to you. Supreme Court, I say review, I make it out first. So here, yes, Supreme Court review is the right word. It is the SCR is an depth annual. It is the Supreme Court and its work keeping on itself. So it is the Supreme Court reviews the correct, not the Supreme Court reporter. So even I myself also going to be committed a mistake, but later that I realized that why we should not make it clear. So now the SCR stands for? Yes. Now the SCR stands for?
Supreme Court review.
Yes.
Supreme Court review, not Supreme Court reporter. But AR stands for?
All India reports, sir.
No, All India Reporter. TEPORTER. Reporter. Ter should be said there. And now let us see that 1960 is the year, and that 2 is the volume, and SCR is the Supreme Court review, and 346 is the page. And that is the citation of a case law. Next, let us then come to the point of the second unity, that is what are the types of the statute. There are several types of the statute, such as a temporary statute, perpetual statute, consolidating statute. Yes, I could hear your voice also. If you speak, I could hear. Anyone can speak, I could hear. Yes, codifying statutes, not status. Codifying statute, fiscal statutes, remedial statutes, penal statutes, declaratory statutes. Generally, statutes can be classified with the reference in duration. We can classify in the with the reference to the duration. This is the classification we can say. Classification in respect to duration, there is one of the quality, and another is method, another is object, another is the application. So this is the classification. In classifying, we can say that, suppose the type means when you say Mangoes are different type. Is it or not? What is the very sweetest mango? Sir, we don't know, sir. We know only Banganpalli, sir, and we know only Thotapari. Anyone? If you know it, you can tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on.
Dasheri.
Please repeat.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
And of course, Dasari is a costly also. Even Himayat also costly. And there is like that. There are many other. Can you say the classification that is in a type? That is regarding the taste of it classification. We don't say type because depending upon the taste of it, cost of it, and we'll classify it. So that is the reason that say classification will say. But when you say that according to some method, we can classify it by using the methods or by using the duration, by using the application, by using the object. So let us see the classification by object. What is the object that they want to? Now you tell me why the statutes are enacted. Anyone? Yes. It's a generalized question, general question. See, if you know it, you can give the answer. If not, you say pass on, I will give the answer. But don't waste the time. Yes?
Was, sir.
Yes. Enactments means, suppose if you want to make something is going on well, not well in the society. For instance, you take now, and the sexual abuse for the girls are more in these days, including the child. So now, even though POSCO is there, but still it is not making it that much worth. So some more stringent thing should be made it over there. Then the feel it that let the present legislation should be amended to have more teeth to it, so that a person should not dare enough to do such an offense, dastardly act. So depending upon the situation of the society, then there is a necessity to make the law. And before that, internet, there is no cyber crimes. Now the cyber crimes are there. So now a law should be made over there. Information technology will not only sufficient. Even IPC will not be sufficient. There will be certain law to be made it over there to cover it. Of course, cyber crime that we are dealing the cases with the TOTS now, or IPC now, or information technology now. But if you want to be more specific over there, like stalking, bullying, squatting, these are all the terms that you use it in cyber. And for that, a separate law would be needed over there. If such a thing would be there, then the parliament feels it. Yes, if a separate law would be enacted for that regard to control such a offenses. Yes, let us come to the point here. Classification. When you say that classification by object, number one, it is a declaratory statute. So what is meant by declaratory statute? You declare that this house belongs to me. You declare that she is my wife. Are you following me?
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why you want to declare that she is my wife? Can you go to the court to prove that she is my wife? Unless somebody will contest that she is my wife. But for the house, disputes are there. At that time, you can say that regarding a dispute, who is the owner of the house, at the time that you can go to the court and declare that this house belongs to me. So that is such a statute or a declaratory statute may be defined as an act to remove the doubts existing as to the common law or the meaning and effect of any statute. Such acts are to be held to be the retrospective, and these acts are the declaratory statutes are retrospective. Once you say that this house belongs to me and I am the owner of the house, not from the prospective, from the retrospective, when you have the position of it and when you have the title of it. This may happen, for instance, where the courts have been interpreting the particular expression or connoting the specific meaning, which in the opinion of the legislature is a wrong or notion of the expression. In such a case, legislature may pass a declaratory statute declaring that the correct meaning of that expression, thereby setting aside the controversy regarding the correct meaning of the expression and meaning of the expression and meaning of the expression, and should be very much clear. So suppose if you say that law, when you say law, which is law and where it is given in the law? Can you define anywhere law? Generally, the people, Aristotle defined the law, and Socrates defined the law, and some other exponents have defined the law. But in the Constitution, there is given one article. What is that article? Can anybody tell me? Yes. If you know it, you tell me. If not, pass on. I will give the answer.
Article 13.
Very good. I appreciate. Of course, the subdivisions are there. We need not worry because subdivisions are specific and the GDS is Article 13. So, when you say the declaratory statutes, we go for the things that it belongs to me. But certain statutes which are purely in a declaratory nature because if its object is concerned. For instance, if you take it, the Income Tax Amendment Act 1986, through the judgment of the Supreme Court, and it is made property. What is property? House property. What is house property? It is very much clearly mentioned by the enactment. Which enactment? Income Tax Amendment Act of 1985. So, Income Tax Amendment Act of 1985 clearly says that it is a declaratory statute because it defines what is the house property. So, when you want to say the law, who declared it? Article 13 will clearly declare it. These things you will consider under the law. And there is a, because it will, people will not go for the different definitions for that one. So they will declare it. This is the law and this is actually that meaning that you have to use it. And such a statutes when it's made, either the principal statutes or amendment statutes. These are all the amendment because the Income Tax Amendment Act of 1985, which is the amendment to the which, what is the principal statute? Anybody? What is the principal statute here? Yes, is it a tough question? I said Income Tax Amendment Act 1985. This is a subsidiary. This is a secondary. It is an amendment. What is the principal statute? Means principal act. Why you are taking that much time to say?
Tax.
Say, pass on.
Some of the children.
It is the Income Tax Act of 1961 is the principal act. And this is the subsidiary. This is only the amendment. So now next example is Foreign Exchange Regulations, that is called FERA Act, is altered and written again or reiterated or replaced by the Foreign Exchange Management Act, that is the FEMA, is made. FEMA is a declaratory statute. So now the legislatures, I mean the parliamentary, they first used FERA, that is the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act. But later on they felt it, there is some loopholes would be there. It is not clearly mentioned, that solving the problems, then they alter it and written again or reiterated and replaced by the Foreign Exchange Management Act, FEMA, is made. The FEMA is a declaratory statute. Now the parliament declared it. Earlier act of the FERA is no more in now existence. The FEMA would be existence. So they say the FEMA would be a declaratory statute to make it very much clear certain expression which are not clear in the FERA. So FEMA is a declaratory statute or any amendment to the any principal act is a declaratory statute. I don't know whether you remember it or not. And personal laws. In personal laws, to my knowledge, it is 1976, no, 1996, no. It is 2006. There is an amendment is made over there. And 2000, anyway, but there is one amendment is made for the personal laws. And there it is very much clearly mentioned. Leprosy is not a ground to take the divorce in the Hindu Succession Act. In the Hindu Succession Act, there is 9 grounds are there. Hindu Succession Act of 1955, there are 9 grounds are there. Under which section? Anyone? If you know it, to tell me. If not, you say pass on. Sir, why this Hindu Succession Act came over here, sir? Because we are reading the interpretation of statute. Interpretation of statute means each and every statute could be read over there where the confusion will come. Section 13 and subsection 1, clause 1A, it deals about the cruelty, and 1B, it deals about the desertion. So when you go like a G or H will come to the leprosy. So now leprosy is no more a ground for taking the divorce under the Hindu Succession Act. Simultaneously, in the other acts also they made the changes with. Now can you tell me that what are the three major criminal acts? Anyone? You said trio, T-R-I-O, trio, criminal act. Yes. Say pass on. Anyone?
Pass on, sir.
Why do you take that much time to say pass on? Sir, we are checking in the smartphone. Is it?
Sir, no, sir.
Trio, you cannot make it up. Of course, you try also, you can get it. Trio, the criminal act are number 1, Indian Penal Code, 1860. Number 2, Criminal Procedure Act, year. Sir, can you remember the year? Please keep the habit of remembering the year so that your memory will be sharp. 1973, if I not be mistaken. Then, Law of Evidence, 1861, Law of Evidence. These are all, 3 are trio criminal acts, major acts. So, now let us see that declaration statute that you made it very much clear. That is the one by the object. With the what object it is made it over there. So, that objective will come under the classification. These the declarative statute. Number B. Next is, okay. Yeah, next is B. Codifying and consolidating statute. In the second category, in the object is codifying statutes. When you say, you know what is codification? Anyone? Anyone? What did you understand by codification?
Giving a number, symbols, sir.
Only symbols, numbers are codification. Suppose if you know the 100 jokes and you codify it 1, 2, 3, 4, instead of telling the total joke, you sit together, say, there's section 6, means section 6 joke. That means instead of writing everywhere the explanation of it, you codify it, give the number. When you give the number, which number that you use it? Anyone? Which number that you use it? చెప్పాలా లేకుంటే పాస్ అని చెప్పండి నేనే చెప్పేస్తానండి. What number should you use it in sections?
Roman figures, sir. First Roman figure.
నేను రాసిన చూడండి ఇప్పుడు.
Arabic, sir.
అరబిక్ న్యూమరల్స్ ఏమనాలి దాన్ని?
Arabic numerals.
ఇవి అరబిక్ న్యూమరల్స్. ఇప్పుడు అగైన్ వాట్ ఐ డూ, రోమన్ numerals, not numericals, numerals, not numericals. Or we can say numbers. Numerals are numbers. ఎట్లా రాయాలండి రోమన్ numbers? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me what is this? It is a test to you. See, and you could see the screen, is it not?
One,
You are in a position to see the screen.
Yes.
Now you tell me.
first point, second point, third point.
Now you tell me.
1, 2, 3, sir.
No, sir. First point, second point, third
Roman small numbers.
Roman small numbers.
Is it clear? That is called Roman small numbers. Now, just for your sake, I will write here. Section 13. Yes, now you spell it. Now you read it. How do you read it?
Section 13,
Section 1. Class small 1.
subsection 1 and subsection 1A, sir.
See, the best reading is because somebody say class. See, once you spoken it, then you mute it. Otherwise, no, I will get the resound. Section 13, subsection 1, clause 1A, small a. 1, small 1A. That is the way that you have to read it. Of course, I will tell you, in some places, you don't say subsection, you say clause only. Where do you say clause? I will explain you when the time comes further. Okay? Now, let us go further. Let us go further. Of course, this we did it. Yes. Codifying statutes in the sense, and these statutes, the object is not mere to declare the law upon some particular subject, but to declare it in the form of a code. So, what is the best example is Civil Procedure Code, Hindu Marriage Act, Hindu Succession Act, any act which is in numbered is said to be the codifying statutes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
No,
Hindu
passport is
Marriage
there.
Act 1.
It is a codifying. You codified it and you put it there in the act, so that the codification. So, can you say the tort law is codified? Yes.
Hindu
Contract
Marriage
is
Act
codified.
195.
Tort law is not codified except the few acts like the Workman Compensation Act, Fatal Accident Act. Then what are they? Of course, here Newspaper Act is not here. We don't have a Newspaper Act here where you can make it out. But the few places only that it is codified, but in other places it is not codified because we did not have Government of India, Tort Liability Act also. Like you have in the UK and USA, a separate law to be there where the state is held liable to pay the compensation. So, majorly, whatever the acts would be there, which is codified, that we can give in the example that the codified statutes. Then consolidating statutes. Yes. The consolidating statute is a statute which presents the whole body of the statutory law on the subject in a complete form of repealing the former statute. If a statute which consolidated laws on a particular subject at one place, the main purpose of the consolidating statute is to present the whole body of the statutory law on a subject in a complete from repealing the former statute. We can consolidate it. The reason is, अरे फिरोजा मैं क्लास में हूँ बाद में बात कर. So, and here consolidating statute in the sense, suppose for instance, if the sections are scattered here and there, at the time you consolidate and at one place and then you make a law that is called consolidating. Even CRPC or CPC also scattered in many other places. Even the Hindu Succession Act also scattered in the many places where we can consolidate it and make it at one place, then we can say consolidating statute. So Hindu Succession Act also a consolidating statute you can use as an example, and example arbitration and the Conciliation Act 1996 also you can use as an example of the consolidating statute. So is it clear? Yes. You consolidate at one place where it is scattered in the different places. At that instance, we can say it is a consolidating statute. Example is Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Can you write this act in this manner? Anyone? Can you write this here, Arbitration and Conciliation Act, in this manner? Please give me the answer. If you don't know, say this. Sir, pass on. I will give the answer.
Sir.
Yes? Say pass on. I could not hear.
Pass on, sir. Pass on.
Yes, you have to say, why you didn't say very clearly. Okay, arbitration, A should be capital letter, and A and D, and that is a conjunction. That is a coordinating conjunction, it should not be capital letter. And conciliation, the first letter should be capital letter, means C is capital letter. And act, the first letter is a capital letter. And because that is the way of writing it. After the act, you should put the comma, next you can write the 1996. That is the correct way of writing. Shall I show it here? What is that case law? Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. What is given over there? 1996. Yes, 1996. Then it could be written 1996. I will, of course, there is spelling mistake. I can make it correction. See, this is the way of writing arbitration, arbitration. See, this is the style of writing whenever you write I will magnify it. Yes. See, whenever the act is written, you should have write in this manner. And suppose if you are writing Indian Penal Code like this, like I will give you the example. You are not supposed, because if I write wrong also, it is not accepting. Can you write like this Indian Penal Code? Say yes or no.
No,
No, sir. No, no, sir.
APL I should be right capital, B should be right capital, C also should be right capital.
That means merely you should not say no, you should say, sir, P should be capital, C should be capital, sir, and that is the way of writing. And this is the style of writing. If you write in this way, what will happen? See, here I can make it the capital, and here. So now, is it a correct way of writing? Indian Penal Code 1860, is it the correct way of writing?
Yes, sir.
What is the wrong there?
Comma, sir.
Comma should put it over there. Please, don't. If you know it, you can give me the answer. If you don't know it, you say immediately, sir, pass on. So I will give the answer so that I can save my time before I could go further. Yes, this is the style of writing. So these are all consolidating statute, we can say. Now let us come to the remedial statute. See, when you are writing the remedial also, this is the wrong way of writing, because here I will show you that the way that you are supposed to write it. Remedial statutes are concerned, you should write in this manner, because that is a side heading. That is a side heading. When the side heading is there, remedial, then it should be written like this, statutes. Remedial statute, this is the way of writing. S should be capital letter, because it is a side heading. In side heading, there is a rule is there. Every letter, first word should be a capital letter, except conjunction and prepositions. We should not be used over there as a capital letters. Otherwise, you could use as a capital letters. And that is called remedial statutes. When you say remedial statutes are those, see here I wrote correctly. Remedial statutes are those statutes which provide a remedy for the wrongful act in the form of damages or compensation. Suppose if anybody did some damage or any compensation should be paid over there, remedial statutes will come into the picture. Now you tell me, without looking at the screen, because I already hidden the screen. Otherwise, you can know it by looking at the screen. You can give the example. Now, can you give me the example for the remedial statute? Example, anyone? Sir, we have already seen sir before. That's why we know it. Okay, give me the answer.
Industrial Dispute Act, sir.
Okay, I can agree that. Yes, what is the remedial statute?
Consumer Protection Act.
Consumer Protection Act is the remedial statute. And I give you the new one. Maternity Benefit Act, Workman Compensation Act. These are also beneficial statutes, because it will give the benefit to whom it is enacted. So that is called a beneficial statute. We can say, where you can even you can say the Motor Vehicle Accident Act. That is also a beneficial statute. So don't say that what I mentioned is only the statute, rest of things is not statute. No. In what category it will come over there, you can use all the things, because here I use it only 2 or 3 to save the time. Otherwise, the time is a very important factor, because you know the lot of things, but you cannot put it there in the limited time. That's why the time factor is very important when you are writing the examination. So next is enabling statute. So this statute will enable to do a particular thing. This statute will enable you and make you to have such a right. So, what are the statutes which is give a power to you to sue somebody else? Sir, Constitution. Yes, definitely Constitution will give power to you. Sir, even penal courts. Yes, if somebody is violated over there, you can go to the court and ask. Then, sir, Land Acquisition Act. Yes, somebody has taken your land. then you can file a suit against him, even though it is the other party is a state also, doesn't matter. The state should supposed to give the compensation, at least equal to the compensation to that when you acquire the land. Yes, that is also a enabling statute. And Child Act, yes, that is also an enabling statute. Even Consumer Protection Act, yes, you can say it's enabling you to write. Suppose somebody has violated it and the services is not rendered in proper way, that you can file a case under the Consumer Protection Act. What is the present act number? Year 2019, sir, we know it because we asked it in my first class. So these are the enabling statutes are there which will enable you to do and file a case over there. So there are many other things, but here I have given only few of them. Then next comes the amending statutes. And here amending statutes means a well-known, the amendment means a change in the existing law. A law is amended when it is the whole or in part permitted or remain, or something is added or taken away from it, or it is some way changed or altered to make more changes are there. So that the amending statutes are like Criminal Law Sexual Offences Amendment Act 2019, Criminal Law Amendment Act of 2018. Of course, all amendment also we can say here, they declare it a particular thing also. So there also we can make it a declarative statute, and here also we can make it the amending statute, because these are a subsidiary one, not the principal one. Even Indian Penal Code also amended, Criminal Procedure Act also amended, Law of Evidence Act also amended. Whenever that there is the amendment comes to do any principal act, it should be passed by, yes, it should be passed by
Parliament, sir.
it is the same like a act. When an enactment, if any the act, how it will be passed, in the same way amendment also should be made in the same manner. Yes, so these are all the amending statute, like the criminal and within parenthesis sexual offences amendment act of 2019. See, this is not the bad writing. After that there should be a full stop, and the criminal law within bracket amendment act comma 2018, that is the correct one, and a number actually NO full stop. Yes, tell me, NO full stop, what is this? Is it an abbreviation? Is it an acronym? Is it a contraction? చెప్పాలి, తొందరగా చెప్పాలండి, ఇంత టైం తీసుకోవద్దు.
నంబర్ అనుకుంటా.
అబ్రివేషన్ అనే దానికి డెఫినేషన్ ఏంటిది? యాక్రోనిమ్ అనే దానికి డెఫినేషన్ ఏంటిది? అండ్ కాంట్రాక్షన్ అనే దానికి డెఫినేషన్ ఏంటిది? When you say abbreviation, abbreviation rule ఏముంటదంటే, the first letter should be the capital letters and the next letter should be the small letter. Like number which I wrote, the first letter is a capital letter, the next letter is a small letter, and all the abbreviation ends with the full stop. So this is the definition of the abbreviation. అబ్బా సార్, మీరు మొత్తానికి బొక్కకు నీళ్ళెత్తాను సార్. మీరు బొక్కకు నీళ్ళేయడం కాదు. When you write it, when you know it, you have to know the reason. Capital N and small o and full stop, this is called, and the full form is number, and it is called or known as abbreviation. అదే USA ఉన్నదనుకోండి, ఇదేమవుతుందండి? ఇది అబ్రివేషన్ అవుతుందండి. ఎస్,
Abbreviation.
ఇది యుఎస్ అనేది అబ్రివేషన్ కాదు ఇది. ఎందుకంటే ఎవ్రీ లెటర్ ఫస్ట్ వర్డ్ ఈస్ టేకెన్ టుగెదర్, every word first letter would be taken to United States
Capital letter, sir.
of America. Every first letter should be taken together as a capital letter without keeping any punctuation. It is called acronym అంటారు దాన్ని. ఏమనాలా? acronym అంటారు దాని. డెఫినేషన్ ఏంటి? every first letter would be taken into consideration and joined together in the capital form without any punctuation. Punctuation means full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, ఏవి రావు మధ్యలో. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద కాంట్రాక్షన్. ఇప్పుడు మనం రాస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆనరబుల్ అని రాస్తాం. ఎట్లా రాస్తాం? యా ఇదేంటిదండి, ఇది అబ్రివేషన్ అక్రానిమా? ఆనరబుల్ HON అపాస్ట్రఫీ BLE ఆనరబుల్. ఇదేంటి అబ్రివేషన్ కాంట్రాక్షన్? ఇది అబ్రివేషన్ అక్రానిమా?
acronym, sir.
అక్రానిమిక్ మీకు చెప్పిన కదండి ఈక్వేషన్. ఎవ్రీ ఫస్ట్ లెటర్ షుడ్ బి టేకెన్ టుగెదర్ వితౌట్ ద పంక్చుయేషన్ అండ్ ఆల్ లెటర్ షుడ్ బి క్యాపిటల్ లెటర్, దెన్ యూ కెన్ సే ఇట్ ఇస్ an acronym. But here is a contraction. This is the contraction and abbreviation. The first letter should be capital letter, the rest of the other letter should be small letter, and ends with the full stop. Full stop other name is, already I told you in the first or second class this thing. Full stop nanardalu synonym.
Dot.
Over.
Point.
Over. Over.
Over, sir.
అయిపోయిందా? డాట్ ఓకే, డాట్ పాయింట్ ఫుల్ స్టాప్ అయిపోయిందా? చెప్పిన కదండి మీకు. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్?
Period.
మరి అది చెప్తలేరేంటి అండి? సార్ మేము మర్చిపోయినాం సార్. సార్ మేము తిన్నది గుర్తు లేకుంటే మరి మీరు 3 రోజులకు చెప్పింది మేము ఎట్లా గుర్తుంటుంది సార్? నో, లాస్ట్ స్టూడెంట్ memory should be sharp memory and is the photographic memory. Because there is a saying, the tinaga vepaku.
Sweet.
So in the same manner, when you are good daily making it, and it will become a sharp. Otherwise, if you don't sharpen it, the knife will be rusted. Yes, now coming to the point, next is that number NO, small letter 2 of the 2018. This is a Criminal Amendment Act, is nothing but it is a amending statute. ఇది రిపీలింగ్ స్టాచ్యూట్. ఏదైతే రిపీల్ చేస్తారో దాన్ని రిపీలింగ్ స్టాచ్యూట్ అంటారు. ఇంకేమున్నదండి ఇందులో చెప్పాల్సింది ఏమున్నది? ఓకే, ఇన్ ద ఇన్ ద కన్స్యూమర్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ యాక్ట్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద రిపీలింగ్ స్టాచ్యూట్? టెల్ మీ. Is it a tough question? Consumer Protection Act is there earlier. That is totally repealed with the new act. So repealing statute is, say pass on or give me the answer. Don't be silent.
Pass.
Sir, Consumer Protection Act 1986 ఏమో పాతది. Is it or not? This is మరి why you are taking that too much? Consumer Protection Act 1986 is the old one, and that is ఇది. సార్ మళ్ళీ అడగకండి సార్, ఇదేంది అబ్రివేషన్ ఫుల్ ఫామ్ కాంట్రాక్షన్, దీన్ని అబ్రివేషన్ అంటారు. కాదు సార్, మరి అబ్రివేషన్ ఎట్లా అంటే సార్, ఫస్ట్ లెటర్ క్యాపిటల్ లెటర్ లేదు కదా. లాటిన్ టర్మినాలజీలా we don't take is the first letter capital letter. Generally the Latin terminology we use all the small letter, కాకపోతే స్లాంట్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం, అంటే ఇటాలిక్స్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఇది ఇటాలిక్స్ అంటే ఎట్లా, దీన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలా, కనబడుతుంది కదా ఐ ఉన్నది చూడండి, ఐ దగ్గర తీసుకోవాలా, ప్రెస్ చేయాలా, ఇది ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ఇటాలిక్స్ అయిపోయింది. దీన్ని ఏమంటారు? ఐని ఏమంటారండి? తొందరగా చెప్పారా? తెలియదు అనాలా లేకుంటే లేదనాలా? ఇఫ్ యు నో ఇట్ యు టెల్ మీ yes, otherwise you say pass on.
That is.
That is equivalent. Equivalent is that is.
That is.
That is equivalent in English.
Okay, sir.
That is the equivalent in English I am speaking. That is full form is it. That is idi than the exact form. It means equivalent is that is. Latin terminology idest means that is the abbreviation for the idest గా IE రాస్తారు. So now when you come to the Consumer Protection Act, again the same, you can select it, then you can copy it, then you can put it here, and then you can put the comma, then you have to write comma, you have to write it 2019. Now you tell me, which act repealed which act? Yes. Consumer Protection Act of 1986 is totally repealed by the Consumer Protection Act 2019. ఇప్పుడు రిపీలింగ్ యాక్ట్ ఏదైతుందండి?
2019, sir.
2019 అవుతుంది రిపీలింగ్ స్టాచ్యూట్. దాన్ని రిపీలింగ్ స్టాచ్యూట్ ఇంకొక పేరు ఏముంటుందండి, క్యూరేటివ్ స్టాచ్యూట్స్ కూడా అంటారు, ఎందుకంటే క్యూర్ చేస్తుంది అది. ద లాస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ టాక్సింగ్ స్టాట్యూట్. ఇక అందరికి తెలిసిందే టాక్సింగ్ స్టాట్యూట్ ఏంటండి చెప్పండి సార్. ఇది అడగండి సార్, చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ మాకెందుకు అడుగుతాను సార్, వై డు యు ఆస్క్ సచ్ ఎ స్మాల్ క్వశ్చన్? ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ టాక్సింగ్ స్టాట్యూట్? టెల్ మీ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. Tell me example of the taxing statute.
Income tax, house tax.
Income tax kadandi. Why you are taking that much time? Taxing statute ఏమంటారండి దాన్ని? ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ కదండి అది, taxing statute. ఓకే, లాస్ట్ స్టాట్యూట్ ఈస్ పీనల్ స్టాట్యూట్. చెప్పండి ఇక. ఎస్, లాస్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ పీనల్ స్టాట్యూట్. టాక్సింగ్ స్టాట్యూట్, పీనల్ స్టాట్యూట్ ఏదండి చెప్పండి తొందరగా చెప్పాలా సార్? ఇండియన్ పీనల్ కోడ్, క్రిమినల్ ప్రొసీజర్ కోడ్, దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ద పీనల్ స్టాట్యూట్స్ and where the punishment is given for the offense. So these are the things which will read it, and this thing which I want to say, and of course this I already made it yesterday, I believe. Let me show you thanks, because saying is easy but listening is very difficult task. Again it has come the same repeated. So saying is easy but listening is a bigger task. Of course, at the time that I taught for the All India Bar Examination, that is the 16th cohort 2020, total 19 subjects I taught over there, which is a multiple choice question to the people. Without it passing, you will not be enrolled as an advocate, and where you could not practice it. So at the time that I prepared this, thank you, and the same thing that which I am using over you, and for the interpretation of statute, thank you very much for your patient listening. And in the next class, what do you read? Because we may continue only the object of it, but now the next class we read classification by method. Classification by method. So before you are coming to the class, please read the class, read the thing, classification. When you come to the class, let our class be the participating class, rather than, just tell me, rather than sermon class. SERMON, sermon class means one way class. Our class should be two ways, express way. Our class should be చెప్పాలా,
Expressway, sir.
ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ వే, టూ వే ఉండాలండి. వన్ వే లవ్ నడుతుందా అండి?
No, sir.
Two ways there should be there, then only that will be successful love. Two ways, ఎప్పుడు తీసుకోవడమే, మరి ఇచ్చేది ఎప్పుడు? ఆర్ యు ఫాలోయింగ్ మీ?
Yes, sir.
yes. ఓన్లీ నేనే చెప్పడమే, మరి నేను వినేది ఎప్పుడు? So it should be two way. That's why I wish that our class should be a participatory class, and that is the good method to learn the things. And if you don't know it, please, without wasting the time, you can tell me that, sir, and we don't know, or we can say, instead of saying we don't know, better say pass on. That's enough, because that's a new style of making the thing to know it. Pass on, sir, it's enough. I could understand, then I could make it out. But when I saw there are 19 students are there, but when I see now there are 17 students are here, but before I could leave it, how could you go out from the class? See, I did not left my class and you went away. Sir, మీరు చూడడానికి వచ్చిండ్రా sir? No. Etiquette is there. There is the manners is there. Till I close it and you should be there. Sir, no, sir. There is an emergency. Okay, unless until